What business users, SRK users, know is that self-service Cloud BI has some tremendous benefits, from the opportunities to streamline and automate processes for data import, updating, reporting, alerts. The bottom line is that the business users are empowered. So they're able to import data from multiple sources into the data hub, the cloud data hub, without a data warehouse or a data warehouse required ETL. They don't have to do any programming, so there's no technical challenge to this. They are able to customize their own analysis and charts and reports. They're producing their own dynamic analysis. So they're able to use the UI and features really designed to streamline the reporting process and analysis process. And most importantly, at the end of the day, they are able to help reduce IT's workload related to creating reports and dashboards for them, and substantial time savings for IT, and also time and effort for the business users themselves. So it really is a win-win for the organization to be able to have a tool that allows the business users to be empowered and have the capabilities they need to do their job on a daily basis without that dependency on their IT organization. The SRK Cloud Data Hub, depicted here, represents the business user's activity in the cloud, where they bring data from multiple sources, their own on-premise operational systems, ERP, CRM, and then third-party applications. And they can centralize that summary data to determine how they want to then analyze it. The sorting, filtering, calculating, visualizing, it all happens here in the cloud. So does the collaboration to take action on the results and share and assign tasks to take immediate action on problems, critical problems that have been identified, and obviously improve overall business performance over time. The flexibility that SRK provides to business users extends to how DrivenBI does business with our customers. So our deployment options are flexible. Subscribe to a public cloud SRK service, no problem. You are up and running immediately. Not in the cloud yet, no problem. SRK is available as a private cloud on-premise offering with the same capabilities. You can choose from concurrent and simultaneous users on the service or named users. We also offer web training and consulting services to help you become proficient in SRK, so you're aware of all the features and functions and best practices to create the analysis that meets your own dynamic business requirements, both now and in the future. This summarizes a little bit about SRK, about our approach, about the technology, and certainly based on the testimonials, some of the great results that organizations are having today, very specific examples of what Peter had talked about originally in his research and findings. And I encourage you to get more information. We would be happy to spend time with you exploring what your business requirements are and how SRK might help your organization. So for more information, you can visit us at our website, DrivenBI.com. You can also email us at info@drivenbi.com, or you can send an email directly to me at kdouglas@drivenbi.com. We welcome your questions and would love to have the opportunity to explore with you how this might work for you in your organization. Again, it's easy to get started. You can grow it organically within your organization and see that value immediately. So I want to thank you very much for your time. I'm going to turn it back to Kelsey, so maybe we can take some questions from the audience.
Thanks so much, Kathleen, and thanks to Peter. And before we begin the Q&A, I see a lot of questions coming in, and please continue to submit your questions. We have plenty of time to answer as many as we can, and if we don't get to your question at the end, we will definitely make sure to follow up with you and answer everything that you have. Okay, so our first question is going to be for Peter. Peter, won't governance and access control limit the impact of self-service?
That's certainly a natural way to think about it, but we actually find that governance, as I said, hushes that statistical noise and helps with relevance, so it's actually quite the opposite. We find in the research that governance actually makes analytics more pervasive in the line of business, and it actually increases satisfaction with access because users are getting the right information. So while there may be, it is counterintuitive, it's IT's job to help users understand why they don't have access to certain data sources. Maybe it's a security issue, maybe it's a compliance issue, and users who disagree should have the ability to make a case and maybe gain the ability to access certain data sources.
All right, great, thank you. Our next question is for Kathleen. Kathleen, what's the biggest benefit users will get from a self-service solution?
Great question. I talked about a few of the things that we have seen with customers in terms of the best and biggest benefits that they're experiencing. But I think it's probably most important is that SRK really empowers the business users, releases them from IT. IT doesn't have to build that BI infrastructure to handle data analysis requirements. So the users get to build their own dynamic analysis just in time, without incurring both the infrastructure capital and IT resource investments that are required in a number of solutions currently. So many of the customers have also benefited from the significant automation. And I know Peter had brought that up before. Automation is really one of the key benefits that these companies see when they start to get into self-service and cloud technologies. That really, SRK is able to provide the ability to replace a lot of that time-consuming manual process around, spreadsheet analysis, and it really makes a difference in how they're able to move forward with their own analysis and automate those processes. So I'd say automation and the ability to empower those business users are really some of the biggest benefits that our users see in using SRK.
All right, thank you. And our next question is for Peter. Peter, it seems like we're opening a can of worms with self-service analytics. Do we need to invoke some quality control measures?
Absolutely. So, you do still have to be concerned about people going in and making changes. And again, this is where governance and access control and creating that audit trail for IT to follow. So if there is a quality issue, they can recognize it and fix it. And I would also encourage you to look at a lot of Aberdeen's research around data quality tools and ensuring that, when you set your users free, they don't run rampant and end up compromising your data integrity.
All right, thank you. And our next question is for Kathleen, but Peter, you might be able to answer it as well. If you have any insight, please chime in. So the question is, there is a need for data quality control with easy access, and security of data is a big issue. Any solutions to meet security needs?
I'll take that first, and yes, definitely, Peter, if you would like to join in on this, it would be great. I think the key here is data transformation and cleansing logic can all be set up easily, certainly within SRK, without the programming to ensure data integrity. And data access in the system can be controlled at a very granular level, role-based record-level access control we talked about earlier. There's roles and permissions that can easily be configured by the end user, and again, without any programming.
And I would just add that, security concerns really do vary a great deal industry to industry. I know in my world, government and financial services tend to be the areas where the most attention is paid to security. That said, I'm not a data security expert. I would encourage you to read the research of my colleague Derek Brink, and he has a lot of things, especially around self-service data exploration.